Usually we are used to seeing in films astronauts made heroes and almost always males. However, here we have a little heroine who will surely be one of the first people to step on the red planet, Mars. But, who are we talking about? Who is Alyssa Carson? Let's find out.
Hola Alyssa, en primer lugar quiero darte las gracias por esta gran oportunidad que nos has dado ofreciéndote a contestar a todas nuestras preguntas. En tu viaje a Marte, ¿crees que podríais encontraros con los llamados agujeros negros tan estudiados por los matemáticos? Y mi segunda pregunta es, me imagino que estaréis estudiando matemáticas y otras asignaturas de ciencias que pueden resultar importantes en vuestra misión. ¿Nos podrías explicar cuáles serían sus posibles aplicaciones? Un saludo, Alyssa, y buen viaje.
Para comenzar con las preguntas de profesor sobre los agujeros negros, no hay mucha evidencia que decir que hay agujeros negros en el viaje desde la Tierra hasta Marte. Entonces no es algo que nosotros concentran mucho sobre para este viaje específico, pero sí las matemáticas son también muy importantes para otras cosas en misión y también ciencia. Y cuando nosotros estamos sobre el planeta Marte, vamos a investigar mucho sobre superficie del planeta, no más sobre cosas como en el espacio o sistema solar, pero más sobre este planeta específico y las cosas sobre este planeta.
Hi Alyssa, my name is Violeta and I'm 15 just like you. I think what you are doing is really inspiring and amazing. That dream, I'm not giving up on it, and you know that there is a possibility of not coming back anymore. So in that case, what will you do? If that happens, how are you going to survive on Mars? Because the conditions there are really different than the ones on the Earth. I would like to know more about it. Thanks. Bye.
So hi, Violeta. For your question about if astronauts live on Mars and begin to kind of live there for the rest of their lives. So that is one of the ideas for the mission to Mars, where we go to Mars and the astronauts live there, and that becomes kind of like their new home. But there are some other ideas where astronauts will go to Mars, stay there for about a year or two, and then they'll come back. So right now there are both ideas, and I think especially for the one that I'm planning on going on, there will be a return mission. But if there is not going to be, the way we would live there, it would just be kind of creating a new home on Mars. And so for food, we'd be planting and growing food, kind of like when we first started living on Earth. When humans first started living on Earth, it would be the same thing. So we'd be growing all of our food, we'd be kind of doing experiments with anything we could, building a whole civilization and kind of building our whole, kind of like a whole new city there. And so, yeah, that would kind of be how we would start living there. So we'd have food, we'd be generating water, and then eventually as we stay on there, we'd start generating more technologies and discovering new things about the planet.
Hello. My name is Pablo Macías Cristo and I am 15 years old. I have studied with Fra Martinez and I have investigated about Virgin Galactic projects because are about the space. So, Alyssa Carson, I think your job is quite difficult, and is it difficult your work in NASA? And of course, the other question is, are you ready to leave from your parents? Thank you very much, Alice.
So, I don't technically work for NASA, so what I am doing technically is building a resume. So when I do apply to become an astronaut in the future, I have a higher chance of being selected. So I do go to NASA facilities to train, but I'm not necessarily working for them per se. And also, I would say that a lot of the stuff I do are pretty difficult. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. So some of the things I do involve like high G-force training, so a bunch of pressure being pushed on your body. Some other stuff I do is kind of being used to different decompression. So that's when they take the oxygen from your atmosphere and start taking away and seeing your symptoms. And so a lot of stuff I do, it can be a little harsh like on your body, But it's also something that I'm very interested in and I actually find pretty fun. And then the second part of your question about leaving my family, yes, that's definitely probably one of the hardest parts about it. Even if I go on the mission where we go to Mars and then come back, I would still be gone from friends and family for about 2 to 3 years, which is very hard. But I think that the mission to Mars is very important, and the benefits that we will get from going to Mars and the things that we'll find there, I think it's more important that we actually do go. And since it's been my interest, I feel like it's something that I would want to be a part of.
Hola, buenas, mi nombre es Raúl Cavacosojo. Estaba interesado en hacerle una pregunta sobre qué se siente desde tan pequeñita estar seleccionada para este viaje que realizarás en 2033, tus emociones, si llevas una vida un poco más distinta a la de los demás, porque debería de ser algo emocionante o es diferente y no lo sé. Muchísimas gracias, espero tu respuesta, hasta luego.
Cuando tenía 3 años yo vi algo sobre televisión, sobre estos dibujos animados que viajan a Marte. Entonces yo quería estar como sus amigos y ir a Marte también. Entonces comenzó mi pasión para el espacio porque yo pregunté para muchos vídeos, fotos, cosas como eso, para investigar más sobre Marte, porque yo pienso que era muy interesante. Y cuando yo estudiaba más, yo tenía más preguntas y espacio fue algo que le da mucho curiosidad porque es algo que nosotros no sabemos mucho sobre, entonces fue muy interesante. Entonces es algo que yo estoy apasionada para porque es algo que me gusta mucho. Y también como mi vida, yo tengo una vida como muy diferente, yo pienso, pero también no, porque sí yo pueden ir a hacer cosas para practicar, para hacer diferentes cosas para estar astronauta, pero también yo tengo una vida normal. Yo estoy como todos mis amigos, una niña de 15 años y yo hace todas las mismas cosas que mis amigos, entonces yo estoy como vosotros, yo tengo sí una vida normal y yo hacer como las cosas en la escuela, jugar al fútbol, cosas como eso. Entonces sí, también yo tengo una parte de mi vida que es muy diferente, pero también es como la misma vida que todos los niños.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm 17 years old. I'm studying second of bachillerato. I believe that you have to do enormous effort to get your dreams. So my question is, how do you prepare psychologically to deal with the adventure? I hope your answer.
So the question about preparing psychologically, that is an absolute great question because when you're going to Mars, it's not just about training yourself physically, but also mentally. And that's just because you're going to be with the same group of people for, let's say, 2 to 3 years. And so that can be very hard for some people. And also, you're not in necessarily the biggest space. So going to Mars, it's all about kind of being used to living with the same people in small spaces. And so the way astronauts kind of train for that is once they decide who's going to be on that mission, you train with those people and they come basically like a whole new family for you. And they also do different trainings to see how you react about staying in the same environment for a good amount of time, staying with the same people for a good amount of time. And there's actually different studies going on where they'll send people to, let's say, for example, the desert with a certain amount of people in like this kind of room, which becomes like their house, and see how they react, see how they are after so much time of living there. So it's definitely something that's being looked into, and also something that the astronauts who are going to Mars are going to have to train for.
Hola Alyssa, yo soy Arturo. Me gusta mucho lo que haces. Bueno, mi pregunta es ¿qué objetivos específicos buscáis al ir a Marte?
Yo quiero estar una especialista en misión y yo quiero estudiar en astrobiología, entonces investigar más sobre el planeta Marte. Entonces vamos, como mi parte de misiones para investigar en biología, geología y cosas como eso del planeta.
Hola Lisa, me llamo Raquel González y tengo 17 años. Desde pequeña también me gustó mucho el tema de la astronomía y la astrología, aunque ahora estoy estudiando otras cosas. Y me gustaría preguntarte que si aparte de ir a Marte, ¿te gustaría ir a otro planeta de la Vía Láctea o de otra galaxia? Muchas gracias.
Sobre este viaje a Marte es 2 a 3 años y en esos 2 a 3 años de estar en el environamiento de espacio es mucha fuerza sobre tu cuerpo. Entonces, después de esta misión, no es posible que yo pueda ir en espacio otra vez, porque si yo ir en espacio otra vez, cuando regresa a la Tierra, cuando regresa a la fuerza normal, es muy difícil a caminar, no es muy bien para tu cuerpo de ir a espacio y la Tierra con las diferentes fuerzas. Entonces, después de esa misión a Marte, yo no puedo ir a espacio otra vez.
Hola Lisa, soy Javier Morán, tengo 14 años y de verdad que lo que haces me parece muy guay, muy interesante y que es un privilegio que prácticamente nadie puede tener, ¿sabes? Mi pregunta es si alguna vez has tenido miedo a que pueda ocurrir algo en la misión, pueda haber un fallo en el diseño del cohete y te hayas planteado abandonar tu propósito y cambiar tus sueños. Gracias por tu tiempo.
Yo no necesariamente tengo miedo para esta misión porque toda mi vida yo iré a diferentes centros para mirar la construcción del cohete y también yo puedo hablar con personas que están construyendo este cohete o, por ejemplo, trabajando sobre esta misión. Entonces, yo pienso que yo estoy en buenas manos porque tú puedes mirar a la pasión de todas esas personas y que todas esas personas piensan sobre cada aspecto del cohete. Entonces, sí, otra vez yo pienso que yo estoy en buenas manos para esa misión.
Hola, yo soy Rocío.
Y yo soy Carolina.
Somos alumnos de tercero de ESO y el Ser Sur. Y nuestra pregunta es:
Durante los meses que vas a estar en la nave, ¿vas a pilotar tú?
No, yo no quiero hacer esto. Yo quiero estar especialista de misión. Entonces, mi trabajo es investigando o haciendo experimentos sobre el planeta. Entonces, yo no voy a estar conduciendo el cohete, pero hay otras personas que están conmigo que pueden hacer.
Hola, buenas, me llamo Manuel González Bellido. Me gustaría saber si te vas a llevar algún amuleto de la suerte a tu expedición hacia Marte. Espero que te vaya bien el viaje y muchas gracias.
Una de las cosas que yo voy a tener conmigo para este viaje como una amuleta de buena suerte es mi primer premio de mi campo espacio en Alabama, en los Estados Unidos. Entonces se llama el Right Stuff y es uno de los primeros premios o el primer premio que ganó sobre mi trabajo de estudiar espacio. Entonces significa mucho para yo. Entonces es algo que yo quiero tener conmigo cuando yo estoy sobre este viaje.
Hi, I'm Jose from 13. We know that you are a student like us, so my questions are: what is your favorite subject? What is the subject you least like? Thanks for your time. We know that you are so busy.
My favorite subject is probably science, and not just science in general, but probably specifically biology. I really enjoy, but really all of the sciences. I find chemistry interesting. It's not really something I want to go into, but I do find it interesting. And then also I enjoy math because it's something that I know I'm going to need, and I'm actually not horrible at it, so that kind of helps in liking it a little bit more. And then for the subjects I like the least, I'm really not a huge fan of learning history and kind of civics and learning about all of that. Not kind of my strong point. And also English isn't really my strong point either. Focusing on grammar and spelling, not really something I'm really enjoy doing, but it's all part of the learning experience. So.
Hi, my name is Alba, and today I want to ask a thing for Alyssa Carson, associated her voyage from Mars. My question is, What is your biggest honor for the trip?
I would say that my biggest honor was being accepted and being able to go to Advanced Possum Academy in Florida in the United States, and that's because I got to do real astronaut training, and I was actually certified to be an official astronaut trainee. So that's probably my absolute biggest honor that I got to do, and I'm very grateful for the experience.
Hi Alicia, I have a question for you. Have you been in zero gravity? If the answer is yes, what do you feel?
I have not. The closest thing I have gotten is where an airplane goes up really fast and then it comes down really fast, and so I got like 1 or 2 seconds where you kind of feel a little weightless, and it was not necessarily absolutely complete zero gravity, but it was definitely very cool, a kind of sneak peek of what it would be like. And then the next thing that I would be able to do, which would get me closer to that feeling, would be the vomit comet, which is an airplane that does parabolic flights like this over and over to kind of give you a more time of kind of that floating feeling, but I haven't done that yet, but definitely looking forward to it.
Hello Alyssa, I'm Cristina Baquerial, and this is our class of the 10th grade of the ESO, and we are from ESO Sur in Huelva, Spain, and we wanted to read you and ask you a question. So our question is, what can make a 15-year-old girl with the whole world to discover live a wonderful planet as the Earth is, for an adventure that may not turn out well, to a lonely world without sands, lands, seas, and endings? And if you think you could create about this mission or want to change your dreams.
Muchas gracias, Lisa. Buen viaje.
So it is true that on the mission to Mars, or when we are on Mars, it's going to be very different from what we're living on Earth. So there's not going to be kind of plants, animals, there's not really going to be nature per se, so it's a very kind of different way of living, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why we need to get to Mars, because we can change Mars to where we can have rivers, oceans, trees, an atmosphere, oxygen. We can terraform Mars and kind of change into another Earth, but we have to get to Mars first to start doing that. So that's kind of one of the main reasons why we need to get to Mars. And also kind of living like that and living without those things. One, it's going to be one of the things I miss the most aside from friends and family, but also it's kind of part of that part of the training that we go through is learning how to live in those circumstances. So that's kind of taught to you how to be kind of more comfortable in that atmosphere.
Hello Alyssa, allow me to introduce some students who have prepared some questions for you, but that for study reasons they have not been able to record them in video. We know that you have planned to go to Mars in 2033, but, at that time, do you think there will be enough technological advances so that you can come back? Also, I would like you to explain if there is already a design of the facilities where you will be staying, and what would be the houses of space to live there for so long.
There are technologies that are being developed to get a return mission from Mars. So there are ideas where we'd go to Mars, stay there, and then come back. So yes, there are ideas for that. And as far as the facilities that we'll be living in on Mars, there are some ideas and designs, but the actual habitats that we would be living in have not been built yet. So nothing's really like set in stone what we're going to be living in.
What would you have liked to study apart from the studies you do to achieve your dream of living on Mars?
So next question. So another thing that I would like to study, I'm not really sure if there's something else that I would like to go into. I mean, aside from being an astronaut, like if I wouldn't do that, I would still want to study astrobiology, but I would probably be more of a person who would stay on Earth and help the people who were on Mars, or I would be doing different scientific experiments with samples or resources that we got back from space, but I would still be kind of in the similar field, just not necessarily in space going on a mission, if I were to do something else.
What is your inspiration or motivation? When everyone wants a normal life, how can you think so different?
I think that my biggest motivation to really keep working at what I'm doing is just really it's something that I'm so interested in and just something that I really want to learn more about. So I'm always looking forward to doing more things about it and learning more, and I think it's really fun. And then also just kind of as I've gotten older, realizing the more importance about the mission, realizing kind of the bigger picture about it has really just kind of motivated me to continue working harder to accomplish this goal.
How do you think your life will be after this trip?
How will my life be after the mission to Mars? So after I give back from Mars, if I'm on Earth, then really I wouldn't go to space again. So I would kind of retire. That'd be the end of my kind of astronaut career, and I would probably end up doing what a lot of astronauts do, but kind of just becoming a public speaker and just kind of going around telling my story, telling my experience, telling my findings from the mission that I had gone on, and definitely being on the first crew to go to Mars. There's probably going to be a lot of good stories to tell, and looking forward to doing that too with my life.
你好 ，Tisco 是一个9岁的男孩，他的梦想是环游太空。他想要问你一个问题。
And for the Chinese question, I will answer in Chinese. 玉镯踩炸了，不回哟。Y gracias a todos para todas las preguntas. Fue muy divertido para responder a todas tus preguntas y yo espero que les gusta todas mis respuestas. Gracias mucho.